Hello, all. We are back with more Apocalypse Keys on actual play. Yeah, just all of our parents or our creators or our sources of power are all just like coming to being right now, and they're all involved. They all got their hands in the pie,
All bad.
and they're all bad. So let's punch them.
Yeah, 100%. So speaking of punching, I think we cut back to Celine. So Celine, we were in the middle of unleashing the dark, which you get to do as if you had rolled an 8 to 10. Except we've already started establishing the collateral damage that
Mm-hmm.
happened along the way. So the question I had for you is: do you want to destroy this monster, or do you want to keep it around as a tamed monster that sees you as its master, sees you and Civ as masters? Because you're both like equally giving us a large amount of pain.
The thing is, though, like, what are we gonna do with a monster? Like, how do we take care of it? Where are we gonna put it? Like,
Who's gonna feed it?
like, I don't want this kind of responsibility in my life. So I think Celine is going to destroy it. Unless Sim wanted to get some answers out of it first before maybe I can get answers. Wait, no, hold on.
Ooh.
Maybe. Civ, do you want to do get it answer stuff before I do a thing to destroy it, or?
Yeah,
Yeah, I would love to punch a key out of this monster. That sounds great.
it's my favorite kind of punching, and I'm
Mhm.
gonna be
It just
honest.
reminds me of like when you're hitting like old school bosses in video games and you just drop random loot and you're like,
Yes.
oh yes,
Right, right.
perfect.
Yes. Okay.
Also, I'm much better right now because of conditions at grasping keys than I am being the monster. So,
Perfect. Yeah, you have a +2, right?
yep.
Nice. Okay. Do you want to keep it at that, or do you want to invest a token?
I think I'm gonna keep it at 2.
Yeah.
So I rolled a 5.
No.
No, we're gonna break some bonds. It's fine.
Yeah. That's true. You can.
All right. I'm gonna burn 1 with Ember. I have to get to an 8, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 1 with Ember, 1 with Mem Agnes, and 1 with Apostle Solar.
Ooh. Yeah, I like that. Do we quickly go through, because you're a psychic? Like, is it like a quick cut through each of their like psychic states as you pull that information together?
Uh, yeah. I don't know that I understand what you mean by that.
Oh, sort of like do you think it's like flashbacking to memories of them, or do you
Oh, I
think
see.
you're, or is it flashing to like what they're doing now? Or I kind of like the idea of like Miss Agnes reading a romance novel right now.
I love that. Yes.
I think in Ember's case, she's thinking very hard. I gotta get to Civ and tell them it's their creator, right? Like she's her surface thoughts are very present, and she's moving towards you and having very strong feels. So
Yeah.
That makes
I really
sense.
like cutting briefly to what they're up to now, especially because one of the bonds I'm using is for Apostle Solar, and I'm kind of curious where they are right now, what they're up to.
Yeah, and so you realize in this whole mess that even though the other Halima had responded, Apostle Solar is still within their vat. They haven't really moved
Mm.
that much. And you can see that the amber liquid is slowly turning into this dark purple shade. And you can feel Apostle Solar like being overwhelmed by fear, trying to hold something back.
Oh, nope, that's not good. Mm-mm.
But so we have you exactly hit an 8 in order to uncover another key of the apocalypse. What does it look like as you as you punch this monster? And I'll tell you what key you get.
I think it's actually I stab it with the spear, right?
nice.
And I think um yeah, I mean the spear is already sort of glowing, and I think I sort of poke like into the monster, and when I pull the spear out, like a beam of light is coming out.
very cool, very cool. And as you do it, it kind of like it starts to burst like bad fruit. Like it.
Ugh.
Okay, we won't go into too much more detail.
Yeah.
That's plenty,
As
plenty
I'm
right
eating
there.
orange,
Good.
thank you.
But it starts to, give way a bit underneath the
Yeah.
violence. But you feel power radiate from the center of it, and you can see the small portal that looks a lot like the tear, that looks like the rift on the other side near the volcano, starting to form. And you realize like it's trying to get to the monster down below, but it's also trying to open up more openings to the
Yeah.
other side. Right. So the new key that you get is that Ember's mother is trying to force more rifts to open up around the world.
That's bad.
Yeah. And so they're knowing that there's like a trail of slime out there. There are more 10-story monsters on the way. Each one probably has a little portal inside it. It's it's not looking good.
I feel like my mom treats this realm like tissue paper. She's like, "Oh, did I just like blow my nose out of that? Yeah, whoops. Sorry.
Oh, my bad.
You had a thing I wanted, so I just ripped apart your universe to get it. And I'm big, right? Like I wanted the thing, so I took the thing. Oh, yeah.
Sorry, I was just typing it in the key.
No.
All right. So
Oh, yeah.
but yeah, so but you know that it's difficult to say what's going to happen if you kill the monster that has a baby portal in it. But it should be okay. Celine's very powerful.
I was gonna say I don't know that I can actually stop Celine from doing that.
Yeah, it's gone. Goodbye. As another pulse shoots out, and I guess I'll use my last hole to destroy it.
That makes sense. Okay, so just to be so you're choosing get past your defenses, inflict a condition. Yeah, you could also choose avoid reprisal, harm, or cost to at least keep the rift portal from doing stuff.
Where are you reading this? So I
Oh,
know.
from Unleash the Dark.
Oh, great. Let me get to that.
Yeah, no worries.
I will. Technically, I'm getting what I want from them and like destroying them, but like, I do want to finish them off. So, a good choice is never great. Celine's forte. So,
Well, we could also say that having a rift portal open up here is part of the collateral damage. That
yeah, exactly. Like
that's kind of cool.
the infrastructure's already falling apart. We can just blame it on the rift. It's fine.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so what does it look like as you destroy this monster? And I'll describe what happens next.
I think it's just like one more pulse. And instead of how like it was enveloping before, like almost like a cocoon, like about to accept it, it just sort of like wraps around like that ribbon again and just starts constricting. And then all of a sudden until like it's a tiny little white ball. And then it just fades away, and if there's a rift left behind, like
Yeah. And so like the rift, as it starts out small, like it's just a small tear in the air, but it starts to like almost settle onto the ground, and it starts to melt its way through the metal, through the frame, and slowly this portal starts to open up, and it's bright and shining just like the one by the volcano. And Celine, there's something really familiar about this rift. Now that you're this close to it, it just feels very familiar to you.
don't know how I feel about that.
You could just
I
step
mean,
inside
obviously it
to
feels
find-
familiar, but like what?
It's like you could just step inside to find out what's
I
on the other
could,
side.
but do I want?
Probably not.
You could step inside, find another key. It could work out.
You know what? I'm not gonna step inside. I'm gonna like lean in and like almost like Alice with the looking glass, sort of just like put a hand in and like let it sink, and then like let like half my face sink in as well, like so I can look into the other side.
And so Civs, as Celine step, pushes a hand in and puts the face through, you see on the other side of the rift, right next to where Celine is pushing her head in, you see Celine's face and hand come through, and for a moment you think, oh, is it just like coming back on the other side? But you realize it's another Celine.
Oh my god. Of
And
course it
she
is.
and she looks at you and she just goes shh before slipping back. And we cut back to, so Celine, what you see on the other side is there is this, it looks so much like the obsidian throne. It's this long, tall throne that reaches up towards the sky. But instead of black, it's just this blinding white. And there are all these like skeletal wings all along the side of the mountain and the throne. And you can see there are all these like strange shadowy figures on the other side. And as you push your head in, you can hear them. She's coming home. She's returning to us. What do you do?
I'm gonna pull my head right out. I've seen enough.
Are you feeling overwhelmed
Yes. I will take 3. Thank you.
There you go. But the rift starts to like shift. This portal starts to shift and destabilize a little bit as you pull back out, but it's still there and it's slowly growing. And at that moment, you hear a voice over the comms, like all throughout, like it's echoing through the facility. Synchronization has failed. Take all of the pilots back towards the ward. Synchronization is impossible. Force all the Halima back into hibernation. And I think at that point, that's when Ember is going to, I assume Ember can move really quickly through the facility. So Ember, you're there. You can see the pilots are being pulled out of the little capsules and they're like being taken away in stretchers.
How do they look? For what it's worth, I think Ember is just like hulking her way like through, like she's just like runs up to doors, rips them open. She with her colossal strength, she's just like running through the facility. Just sort of tearing a hole on her way to Civ and Celine. But she does stop when she sees the pilots, because she knew that the spell which she disrupted was going to kill all of them, and so she wants to know, like, did it get too, like, was she too late? Did it work? And so I think she's going to go up to pause momentarily at, hold on, I have the name, at Catalina Lee, the I think who had like the, oh no, it was Asterio Romano, who had like the worst kind of psychic connection with Alimo, and see how Romano is doing. Like, did they survive?
Yeah, and so you see Romano being pulled out. You can see actually that their Halimao had like pulled the capsule halfway. And you remember last time Apostle Solar didn't want to let go, and this time Apostle Solar was trying to force and stop Romano from being able to enter. You can see that the capsule is like a little badly damaged from Apostle trying to like desperately pull it back out. The Halima, like their vat is almost like completely purple, and you can see that there are technicians nearby panicking as they're saying, the Halima's vitals are dropping. We don't know what's happening. We don't understand what's going on. And they're using all these emergency procedures. And you can see Roman is like just completely passed out on the stretcher. But his eyelids are like flickering and he's moaning. And Ember, you recognize it looks a lot like what happened to Luna before she disappeared. You can tell he's about to be possessed.
Yeah, and she looks to like the technicians and she says, she looks to the technicians and she's like, for his own good. Like what she wants to say is sedate him, but she totally does not have like that terminal. Like she doesn't have like hit him with a trank or something like that, like so that he can't do anything. So she's just like, prevent him from harming himself. He's a danger to himself. Use whatever means you need. And right, like they probably have tranquilizers or something like that. But she envisions it as like they'd have to hold on to him so that he can't, when he's possessed, he can't hurt himself or others. And then as soon as she says that, with zero explanation as to why she knows this, she's just like, Civ, we have to stop this now, and continues like to hulk her way to.
Yeah, I was gonna say my next action was gonna be to like sort of try to connect with Apostle Solar and keep them calm because I think they're about to like rage out.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, so which move do you want to use
I'm
in
thinking
particular?
walk with me in dreams.
Ooh, I like that. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Very cool, very cool.
So I'm gonna use 2 darkness tokens. That's a 6. And I don't have enough to get it up to an 8 because I only have 1 bond left.
Okay, you have 1 bond, which will bring you to a 7, right?
Yeah.
Okay, someone else can use the comfort and support move. I imagine Ember would want to help you out since Ember has been screaming Civ the whole time.
Yeah, I mean,
True.
is it cool if is it cool if like this is where we meet, like you were coming here and so we sort of meet up at like Morgan, you had put up this big shield to keep all of the Halimo from like getting involved. I assume that now that you've destroyed the creature, you kind of let the shield down, and can we see each other again? Does that sound right? This
Yeah.
would be awesome. Yeah, so absolutely. Ember, who I will tell you before was totally terrified of touching Civ because Civ took her powers.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, like reaches out, and I don't know how much sensation you feel like in terms of heat, but Ember is like molten hot. Like she's super hot right now. She is running on, she's leaving scorch marks wherever she goes. And she puts her hand on your back, and to support you and to tell you like you're the key and you have the strength to do this, and my mother was wrong, and you have the strength in you to face your creator, and you have the strength in you to hold all this incredible power, and you have the strength in you to love as well, and like that just like comes out like accidentally, but that is how I want to try and offer emotional support.
Oh my god, that's amazing. Yeah, so go ahead and Ember, roll to reach for the light. If you're able to hit it, you should be able to give a +1 to.
Cool. Let's
only because like having a dream violently leak near a rift portal doesn't sound like a great idea.
I think I'm going to ask someone to love me and only ever me right now in this moment, because it's very clear when I say that you have the ability to love that Ember really means her.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I very much wanted to get darkness tokens from this since for a while, so I'm excited about this.
Do it.
We'll see. So I'm going to take 4 darkness tokens because I don't have any, and then I'm going to spend 3 of them on this because Ember like just swings really hard all the time at everything. So yeah, let's roll. What do I got? Oh, well, that was good. That was good. I got a 3. I spent 3 tokens, so that's a 6. And I'm going to spend, this is so silly to do, but I'm going to spend a bond. Oh, I lost this bond with the queen. I'm going to spend a bond. Can you spend multiple bonds with somebody at the same time?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay. Well, I have 2 bonds with Civ, so I'm going to spend both of them. Super ridiculous, but that's going to bring that up to an 8. Because this is just Ember dropping all of her feels right now, so it makes total sense.
Such an emotional moment.
And each of us can choose one. You can gain or lose 3 bond tokens of darkness, create a bond, clear a condition, mark XP, clear doom, and then also I think. Oh, I see. So if you take a bond with me, you can then immediately spend it to get +1 on that roll to bring that roll up to an 8. I think is that how the +1 works?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
And you still get to choose something.
All right. I think I want to clear a condition because what are my conditions? I was feeling hopeless. Yeah, I'm definitely clearing that hopeless feeling.
Awesome. Very cool. Okay, so we barely I feel like this sounds like a confession of some kind with all the bond burning and the intensity. But the Civ pick up on that?
Yeah,
and
I was just Civ doing with Ember's outburst of you have all of this in you, including the ability to love someone.
I think I do pick up on it. But I also think I'm super focusing on the Halimau. And so I'm trying to think of what you get back from me, because it's not a rejection, it's not a I didn't understand what you said. I think sort of what you get back from me is just I sort of turn my head and I nod yeah, we're gonna have this conversation after the apocalypse stops happening. So you take that how you will, right? It's not an immediate yes. It's definitely not a no.
Right.
But
yeah, but I think even if you give some small gesture nodding your head, that's enough. That's enough.
Yeah. I think actually, in addition to the nodding of the head, I put my hand on top of your hand, right? On my back or shoulder or whatever. And it doesn't hurt me because I'm stoned.
Yeah, exactly. I don't burn you. I'm not that horrible monster I thought I was in. I just realized the condition that I had was hopeless, which gave me -2 to reach for the light. It's the condition I just cleared, but I had it when I made that roll. So Morgan, I'm gonna burn both my bonds with Celine as well.
You're just burning bridges left and right, man.
I'm using all my bonds.
I also have 0 bonds now, so feel bad.
And the reason why is because I think I'm gonna say Celine. When I do this, I sort of see Celine as well, and I say, Celine, I couldn't save some of you, but there's still more there's still more below. I know where they are. We can save the U's. And,
the U's? What are you, from New York? No, we're gonna say the U's.
The U's. yeah, because clone doesn't quite. Your clones doesn't sound quite right. The many U's that have been spawned, we can still save them. So I don't know. She kind of reveals herself to Celine as well, and that's how I'm going to spend those bonds with Celine to help Civ in this moment. That was 6 bonds, I think, sent.
Oh my God.
4 from Ember and 2 from.
Just burning all the bridges.
Oh my gosh, that is so funny. Okay, but so Civ, that means you hit an 8, correct?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. So you find exactly what you're looking for and choose to. Let me describe what it looks like at first. You're entering the dream of the Halimau.
Yep.
So as you reach out towards Apostle Solar, you can see, because like you've connected to them psychically before, you've seen them when they were alone and before they were finally found. And there's this moment where you see them shifting in the vat, like right before this moment when they were dreaming. You can sense how someone was reaching out to them
Mm.
and trying to break the bond with their pilot, and Apostle like struggling and pushing back against it and trying to stop that from happening. And there was just a soft, soothing voice that said, "Don't worry, I created you, and so I can uncreate you. It won't hurt at all." And the voice sounds very familiar.
Mm-hmm.
And so and it shifts back to your own past, and you start to reverberate and see yourself at the bottom of the ocean again, and you hear your creator telling you, "You were the only failure that I will not destroy." So you get to choose two options.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So how's that?
Yep. Okay, so I think for my first suggestion, or for my first choice, I'm going to say that I implant a suggestion that shifts reality. And the suggestion is that Apostle Solar doesn't have to listen to this voice that's trying to control it or compel it anymore. That now Apostle Solar has a choice. If that's cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. And so you can feel it, you can feel that strength infusing into them. You can hear that questioning no, that questioning yes, that questioning I'm allowed to create, to push back. I'm allowed to say no to these things. And like you realize like it hadn't even occurred to them,
Yeah.
and that's how severe this hold was, but they start to push back against it, and you can feel the psychic bond starting to reform with the pilot. What's your second
Neat.
choice?
I think this one's going to be kind of selfish. I bring back something from the dream, which is like maybe the name or face of my maker.
Very cool. I like
Super
that.
cool.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
very cool.
that's how you're going to connect to your maker, right? Is through
Yeah.
this psychic, you know.
And then so as you walk through that dream, you start to realize that um I will say that there's a part of you that tries to shift into your creator's dreams, and you realize that he does not dream,
Ooh.
that he has cut himself off from the ability to do so.
Yeah.
But he can't stop everything else around him
Yeah.
from connecting to those dreams. And so you walk through the facility, you walk through the dreams of the island, you walk through the dreams of the creature that had been sleeping for so long underneath the island, before, and you start to see a better um, perspective
Mhm.
of your master. Like bit by bit, you're able to like
I'm
pull
putting
away.
the puzzle pieces together.
Right, and you can realize how much he has been walking like here through the island. He's been walking through the outpost doing what he wants, and he keeps forcibly changing people's memories so that they keep forgetting when he's done with them. And you can see how there's so many psychic wounds from everyone who's here, who's had to deal with him. And there's a moment when you realize that Luna, the missing pilot, had been resisting. There was something about her psychic abilities that made it easier for her to reform these memories. And that's when you see this image of your creator holding on to Luna and saying, "You have become too much of a problem. I wanted to save you for later, but perhaps you will be the first to plant the seed." And then that's when his face fully comes into view, and it looks almost exactly like your face, like he had carved himself
Oh, damn.
into the stone that you are. But you have a clear picture of him, and you know that he's somewhere here.
Yeah.
Like he's been here the whole time.
Yep.
I mean, the facility is huge, but at least you know that he's here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and you know exactly what he looks like.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so as the dream starts to ease away and pull away, there's this soft sound of a sigh, and finally, Apostle Solar, like the vat, that purplish liquid, it starts to drain out. It starts to turn more orange again. And on the stretcher where Romano is, you can see like he's calmed down. His eyes are no longer flickering. Because like the technicians who were there were like, what we had to do, what did she say? Like they're not really built to hold off possession, right?
Yeah.
But they were trying their best. But yeah, and so I'm gonna say, like, after all of this, there's just the klaxons are going off, the sirens, there's a rift forming, huge amount of the facility fell to collateral damage. But the pilots, even though they've been taken to the treatment ward, they don't look as bad as they did before. You intervene through the dream. Romana looks especially much better. But you can see like the entire facility is going into lockdown. Like where that rift was, like these huge metallic panels are starting to cover, trying to reform and like give a temporary fix as like a crew comes in trying to fix everything. And that's when you notice that the same voice that you heard talking about bringing back the pilots, you hear her voice nearby, and you can tell she's trying to stay calm in the situation, but she's obviously upset. She's like, why is it taking so long? I told you to bring the pilots to the treatment ward. And you can see like she has a leather jacket thrown over. She has her hair gelled back. And she looks towards you, Civis, and you recognize her from the dreams of Fletcher. You know that she works here also. You've also seen the dossier, so you're able to put two and two together, but you know that you're talking to Natasha Zamora, the operations director. And she looks at you, she looks at the rift, she looks at the collateral damage, and she says, we'll talk later. I have to attend to the children for now to make sure they're okay. And she stops herself. I mean, the pilots. And Civ, you're able to pick up like a lot of like mother henning energy from her, like this very like protective mom energy that she's trying to like, I'm a professional. But yeah, what do you do?
I think I turn back to look at Ember, who can probably see that I'm crying, like actual salty tears, which maybe are tears, maybe are ocean water, who knows. And I'm obviously shaken, right? Like I already sort of don't emote super well, but I'm even more stone-faced than normal. And I just say, he's here and he looks like me. He's been on the island the whole time.
We may have seen him. And like Ember keeps her hand on you, like she doesn't take it off. And she says, we may have seen him before and forgotten because of his invading our memories. But now I think, now that you've seen his face, I trust if you see it again, you will not forget. He won't have his power over you. And then there's like a little bit of like Ember like not sure if she should push too far, but then she just kind of stumbles forward anyway because this is how Ember rolls, and she's like, I won't let him take power over take power over you. It's time it's time you finally got a chance to meet him, to finally get a chance to meet him. Yeah, I think what's Maury, what's Celine doing right now? Are you interested in this portal and all the stuff, or are you?
Yeah, I think she's watching the portal, making sure that nothing's coming out of it.
Yeah,
they're only like you can see it slowly growing, like it's just like a little bit.
Oh, I gotta get rid of this portal.
Well, last time we saw like a breach, the Halimo themselves like closed it, right? Like we saw them like grab hold of it, and so And so it seems like, if we could get the Halimo to
Yeah, but all the pilots are just going to like the hospital ward.
right.
But doesn't one of them have their own like thought process now to make choices? The one you just said,
Oh, Apostle Solar.
Solar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want, you can
Maybe.
psychically connect to him to like you'll become a pilot basically.
Mm.
Because how big? Just referencing, hi to myself to the portal. Like, how big is it?
Well, it started off just being like as tall as you. Now it's like a few inches. You know that
Oh,
within
okay.
an
So
within an hour.
It's within like.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Right.
for sure, for sure.
I think Celine looks down at her hands and doesn't know like if we can get to anybody in time, and looks
Yeah.
back at the two of you, and she's like, "We have to close this." And I think as you see that, her hands start glowing
Nice.
and her eyes start glowing, and she starts turning to face the portal.
Yeah, I think it's in a way that kind of mirrors the the way the Halimo closed the portal we saw in the very beginning. um Ember at least believes that Celine can do this herself, that she has the power to close a portal as well. I mean, clearly they were open because of her. um uh and I think I don't know. I could be torn. Jen, do you think Civ is gonna like run off to find their creator right now, or do you think that we have this moment to try and close this portal before we do? Are we splitting up, or are we?
No, I don't. My intention is not to run off to find the guy, the maker, right this
Okay.
second. Like the
Yeah.
portal is a much more immediate problem. So
So I don't think that Ember can actually help close the portal, but she can totally give Celine emotional support and saying like, "I believe in you. I believe you can close the portal. I've seen all of the iterations of you, and you're the best among them all. And if anyone can do it, you have that power." So I'd like to offer emotional support to Celine, if that's okay, because I think
Yeah, reach for the light.
that would help you. That would help you more than Ember like trying to grab a hold of it. I don't think she has the power.
Sweet.
Let's see if I can do it. Where prayer moves, the found moves, basic moves. Because I'm really hoping you can either clear a condition or get a bond or something, because you're really close to breaking right now.
Yeah, and sometimes you just you fall apart.
I mean, you have had a very long day.
It has been
You've had
a
a really
day.
long day. I'm not feeling unloved or abandoned. I'm not overreacting with violence. I'm not doing any of those things. So I have one darkness token. I'm going to spend that. And let's roll. Nice. All right. Because my condition's clear, that's a 9. So
Perfect.
you get to clear a condition or take a bond. And I don't know if you want to roll first to see if you need the bond.
Well, I have bonds on you.
Okay, cool. Then
I can always, add an extra bond, but like, also, what am I rolling?
yeah, what does it take to close
Yeah.
a rift?
What am I doing?
Ooh. Yeah, definitely. I think it depends. Do you want it to be temporarily closed or do you want it to be like forever closed? Because if it's temporarily, you could use Be the Monster for sure in order to do it. But if you want to do it permanently, I will say that you know that if you destroy the original Rift portal completely, it would minimize this one, and it would also.
And then I have to become the destruction. Is that the one you're leaning towards?
Yes.
Oh gosh. That would definitely put me out of play, or at least get me away from everybody for the time being. I don't know. How do y'all feel about that? If like Celine just runs off to become a ticking time bomb.
I know Jen's face.
I mean, I think that sounds pretty cool. If that's
Okay.
something that's fun to you, I would definitely, um, yeah. I mean, right now you're -2 to become the monster because of being obsessed.
Mm-hmm.
So, there's sort of a mechanical reason to use a different move anyway, and it sounds really cool. So,
Yeah. Yeah, I think with what it was, oh shoot, what are we doing? I think with your help, with your reach for the light,
yeah.
I think I am gonna clear. I can. What am I doing? Because I kind of want her to still be in this fragile state when she does this. So I think I'm not gonna clear a condition,
Okay.
but I think I'll just mark XP because,
Cool.
or maybe I'll just take another bond on you.
Yeah.
Oh wait, this is create a new bond, not like add another bond.
No, I think it's the same thing.
Okay.
You can add, no problem.
Okay.
But thanks for that. I should clarify that text.
I will give myself 3 blinded ember now.
Nice.
And yeah, I think she's reactive, vicious, and obsessed right now. So I think she's clinging on to that hope that she has to destroy it.
Yeah.
So hearing that, she turns back around and looking at Ember for a hot minute, just for a couple seconds, and looking to Celine. And she's like, "You go on and find your creator without me. I'll handle the rift." And you just see that white light starting to glow, like change to like a light yellow, and then slowly start going to a gold
Nice.
as she just starts floating up and just heads to the portal, the main
Nice.
rift.
I kind of feel like this is a good point to like end the session on this mysterious, heavy note. But how does everyone else feel about it?
I mean, I kind of want to see Civ and Ember have a conversation.
Yeah.
True. Let's do that. So
Mhm.
as Celine starts to float off, and Celine, you can hear it calling out to you, like now that you have this intention, the rift is calling out to you, this wound in the world. Um, and you can, as you leave the smaller rift that's starting to form, you can hear these voices. Yes, the queen is taking her power as she deserves it.
No.
And so, so Sis and Ember, you see Celine get up to meet some form of her destiny as she chooses on her own terms in order to destroy this rift. But what did the two of you do?
I mean, I think the practical thing that we'd be doing would be looking for your maker. I think like in improv, right? You have a scene where people are fishing, but you don't talk about fishing, right? Like I think the practical thing we're doing is like going through the the facility looking for the maker. But I'd love to be talking about our feels instead, if that sounds cool to you, Jen.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Oh my goodness, I had this antsy boy, and he was just like, I need love, so hold me, but also I want to move around. So you just
Oh, so cute.
hang out, my little cuddle bug.
It's almost as
Yeah.
difficult as being in love with a stone statue.
Yeah. Jen, do you have anything that you would like to lead with, or would you?
What do I want to lead with? I mean, I think that I am just sort of repeating things that I saw in that dream, right? I'm repeating all of the pieces of the puzzle that we've put together, right? Like he's been on the island the whole time. I guess that he wants to, you know, make the monsters rage out here so that our monsters can be as powerful as the other dimension monsters. Unclear.
He seemed to seek to take the power of the Halimo for himself or for others. um, um, and it seems that both of our creators only want to take and make themselves more powerful, and want to use us as their tools. A role I thought I was destined for until I found another who could match me. Like Ember is being useless in the deduction realm. Like every time you give her something, she's just like, so what does this mean about us and smooches? Like that is like she responds to you, but it keeps like
Yeah.
sliding downhill. Jamie, is it reasonable that at some point we would find the maker? Is there, or would there be a smart move that we would make that would kind of lead us there? Because I would love the sort of culmination of the conversation, if it does culminate at all, to end in us finding the maker. But I don't know if that's
Well, if you want to be super, super brave about it, you could unlock Doom's door and have a theory about what's really going on here. And with that, be able to exactly find where he is. But you'd be rolling at a +0, which is still not bad. But it's the only move you can't use bonds on. So it's really like a flat roll.
Oh wow.
You could, yeah, but you could quickly grasp another key if you want. Like maybe you're making sense of it as you talk to each other, and then roll with the +1 after.
When any monster's ready to declare the truth of the apocalypse plans, say what it is and roll plus number of keys minus the measure's complexity. Got it. You cannot use bonds. What happens if you fail horribly on this? The monsters have missed something vital, and the Keeper of Doom reacts. Every monster takes 1 point of doom. I mean,
It's still fun. It's happened a couple of times.
that doesn't seem terrible.
Yeah.
What do you think, Jen? Do you think it's time for us to like speculate about what your creator and my mom are up to, or do you wanna?
This feels so Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah.
I kind of want to get one more key.
Cool.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
And it would make sense for Civ to be able to do it here on the fly.
Yeah. I actually, Sean, tell me if this is not cool with you. But I actually think we go through several rounds of me being like, okay, I saw this and this means that, and oh my God, right? And then Ember being like, and this is why you can only be the one that like match my strength, right? Just totally missing the point.
Yes.
And I think this happens multiple times, right? Like 2-3 times. And after the last time, like Civ stops and looks at you, and we'll go to kiss you if you're okay with that.
Soups.
Because it took her a while to figure out what was happening because she's new to this whole love thing.
Right.
But she got it eventually.
Nice.
And I kind of want the grasping keys role to be, because we kissed and that
and
made
magic
me think
happens
and feel things, and magic happens.
I would love, just because of our psychic connection. I think it would be super cool. So Jamie, tell me if this is way off, but I feel like your maker and my mom have had some connection. That they either, whether they're foes or whether they're conspiring together, and I think that their progeny, thank you, that's the word I was looking for, connecting in this very intimate way might be a way that your sort of mind opens up and sees a conversation that they've had or something like that. So not only is it sparks fly, but it's also a justification for seeing what's going on behind the scenes.
Yep.
Yes. Behind the mute button, I've just been going, yes. So feel free to grasp keys. Oh my God, grasping keys through kissing, the best. Yeah, the best.
Okay, especially just it being like one of the last ones. It's like, yes, good.
Yeah.
Perfect. Nah.
So I have +2 to grasping keys.
Nice.
I have a bunch of darkness tokens. I don't really want to roll over, but I definitely don't want to roll under.
Yeah.
And you still have a bunch of bonds, don't you?
I have none bonds. I have used all of them.
Oh,
no. That's right. It's Celine who still has a.
I wish I could help.
I think if you want to, grasp your keys, I think it totally makes sense that my move in this case is reaching for the light. So I might be able to give you a bond with me to do this. So, I could roll that first, or I could wait and see how you you do.
That sounds good.
Why don't you roll that first?
Okay, sounds good. Because this is, the kissing move.
Oh, that's right.
Right?
Good. So good.
Kissing.
We reached the line, yeah.
So good.
So let's see how much. I mean, I have a. I'm gonna just be very cheatery here and just say like I'm asking someone to love me and only me in this kiss as well. So I'm
No,
gonna
that's what
take,
it's there for. That's what
I'm
it's
gonna
there
take
for.
4 darkness and then spend 3 of it on this move. And let's roll. All right, and that I rolled a 6 plus 3 is a 9.
Nice.
So you can clear a condition or take a bond with me. I think you want to take the bond with me. 'cause
I
it
want to take
gives
the
you
bond with you. Yeah.
Yeah, and I will. Man, I've done more reaching for the light this time than any other. And I think I'm gonna clear a mark of doom, even though doom is super, super cool, because I think this is me symbolizing giving le- having some freedom from mom and having power to resist her, because I have someone else that believes in me.
Aw.
Also, I think it's totally appropriate that right now you have both colossal strength and the ability to summon weapons from when I was from because of your power absorption. I think just all this power coming through them lips.
I love it. That's amazing.
Awesome. Yeah.
Okay, so Sean, what do you think? Do I roll +1 darkness or +2 darkness? And keep in mind, I'm already rolling +2 because of my condition.
I think how much now you have 1 bond right now?
I have 1 bond.
I think you can roll with the +1 maybe. Well, I feel my superstition says the GM cannot say.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think I would say do +2 because getting over is not so bad versus getting under in this case. Things can go
Just a
things go
significant complication, cost, or fallout, and BB.
Yeah, exactly. Those are fun.
Okay. I will spend 2 darkness. So I'm rolling a +4 to this.
Yep. Perfect.
That's a 7. I
a
will
7.
use that bond. That
yes, yes.
Oh my god,
yes,
so
yes.
good.
Yes.
That's so like
I mean-
that's just on the nose what you needed.
Mhm,
Like what?
That is amazing.
So that's an 8. We get that key by kissing.
Oh,
The key
perfection.
came from the kissing.
And plus the bond burn with Ember.
Yes.
Perfection. Truly from the kiss. Oh my gosh, I was so distracted. I forgot to look at my key sheet. Wait, I was like, yes. So let's see. As that kiss, as everything starts to come together and it starts to, as Sean described, reverberate between whatever is the connection between those two. You see a moment when you walk through the dream of Ember's mother, and you see in front of the throne, the large obsidian throne, is your creator, bent low. And he's chained and he looks broken. And she steps down from her throne and starts to walk towards him. And she says, "My love, it didn't have to come to this." And she leans down and kisses him. "Together we can remake the world."
I was afraid of that.
It's like, wait a second, hold on. If your mom and my dad.
that could make family reunions awkward. Jen, would it be okay? I would like to suggest, you totally can reject this if you like, but I would like to suggest a permanent change to Civ, that their lips are now black.
I love it.
From
Yes.
From the burn of of Ember's heat.
Yep.
Because they're awesome. Sorry.
That won't be embarrassing to explain later at all.
I mean, you could choose red. You could choose any other
No,
color.
no,
if
I
you
love
feel
it.
like
Black
but
is
I feel
yeah,
like-
no, it's great.
It's like being caught with a hickey, right? So
Yeah.
Ember's real hot. She's very hot.
Okay, so do we still want to unlock Doom's door tonight, or do we want to save it for the first thing we do?
I don't need to do it tonight. I think we're in a
Yeah.
good stopping point.
I
The only
think
thing I was
it's
going to
great.
say is that I do feel like kissing Ember, it was asking her to open her emotions to me. So I did take 2 darkness tokens for that.
Nice.
Perfect. Perfect.
Love it.
So much from the kissing. Yay.
Yeah, that kiss triggered like 47 different mechanical implications. Yeah, I'm super happy to do it next time because I really want to see Celine kind of come into her own, and I want that to Morgan. I want you to have like the time to do that, and not have that be rushed, because I imagine that there's some important decisions that you'll be making, and yeah.
Like, actually, am I going to take with the throne or not? Or am I just going to throw it back in their face?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you literally can pick up the throne and throw it if you want. That's how powerful you are.
Yeah.
This is
yeah,
what I think about
okay.
your riffs. Meh.
But yeah, so on that note, thank you so much for playing today. That was super, super awesome. I know it's late, so let's just have a super duper quick end of session. We can save Stars and Wishes for another time, maybe, or yeah, just so I don't want to keep everybody up too late. So at the end of session moves, which is under situational moves, for every yes, mark 1 XP, and for every no, you may choose to mark Doom. Right. So for every yes, I feel like this applied to everybody. Did you express your monstrous nature or your humanity? I feel like that
Yes.
happened. Yeah. So
There
everybody
goes, like,
marks one.
strong yeses on both counts.
Right?
It's like,
Yeah, for everybody, it's true. Did you learn something significant about yourself or your impending doom?
Yes.
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
That's
That's silly talk.
well, Jamie, the fact that you've like so tailored this mystery to be something that like is tied to all of our backstories is just very cool, for one, but also makes it very easy to answer yes to that question.
Right. It's something I started doing more, definitely as I ran the game. Like that is it reminds me as a GM to like try to tie in stuff with at least one monster for a mystery. I may have gone overboard with this one. Like, everyone is tied in this. But yeah, did you learn something significant about a fellow monster? I feel like we
Yes.
learned.
I learned that Civ can cry, and I learned
It's true.
and other
That
things
maybe
too.
Civ can love too.
Yeah, maybe Civ can love too.
Aw.
Yeah, and I think Celine definitely learned that Civ is willing to stay and fight. I thought that was really
Yeah.
cool. That was a super. Yes, I think everybody marks 3 XP in total.
I leveled up again, so oh.
Nice, very cool, very cool. And so for every no, you may choose to mark Doom. I think almost everybody uncovered a key of the apocalypse. I think it was just Celine who didn't do it, right? Am I
Yeah.
mistaken? Okay, so you may choose to mark Doom if you like for that one. And then did you completely deny what the darkness demands of you? Once again, Celine got very, very close. But you did mark 2 conditions, so I think that like counts.
Should I mark? I'll mark a doom for that. Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And but for everybody else, I think I know that Ember reached for the light a lot,
Mhm.
and so did Civ. But did Celine reach for the light? Oh, Celine is getting closer and closer to the darkness. So you can mark another doom if you like.
Oh, you mean just fill up another doom track and just take another doom move? Sure,
Yeah, why not? That's what
You
it's
know.
there for.
Nice.
of course.
Well, when you do that, something else triggers, right? When you mark all 5 boxes of your doom, mark a condition
No, that's right. I forgot I put that in
and
there.
erase all
So
doom.
I think we'll start next game with her doing the thing.
Yeah. Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
that's true.
There you go.
That is
Jim,
so
you forgot
good.
your own rules.
I know, I did. I did. Oh my gosh, that's right. Yeah, because that's like one of the newer ones that I put in. But I will say technically, for Ember, you didn't completely deny falling in love with the darkness. So if you feel that Civ represents that for you, but if not, that's also totally cool.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna work a Doom. No, I think yeah. Even though Doom moves are super cool,
I think I am going to mark a doom because I didn't deny what the darkness demands, because the darkness demands that I meet my cruel maker, and I want to meet
Yeah.
my cruel maker.
Oh,
So-
totally.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah,
So go ahead and
let's-
mark.
Well, mine was that I push away those I love, those I need most, and then I fall in love with the darkness. And unless Civ becomes part of the darkness, which is not unreasonable, yeah, I don't think this is a Doom. Yeah.
Good. I love this reflection at the, the end of the game. All right, so that's basically Apocalypse Keys.
Real quick, sorry, I don't mean
oh,
to cut you off.
no,
Because
it's
I
okay.
don't want to forget what I chose and why I chose it. So my doomed move is my Dark Patron. And I think my patron
Nice.
is the monster that is the island.
Oh my god, yes.
So I did not want to forget that, so I had to tell y'all before I forgot.
Yeah.
so
Oh my gosh.
cool.
I will copy and paste that for you. Yes. So good. I love all these choices. They're so perfect. Okay. Oh, so
yeah,
good.
my Dark Patron. And also, we have to read next session Breaking Point because that's right beneath all your conditions. I think we should.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can we can read it now, just so that we can prepare mentally. So Morgan, do you want to go ahead and read it, your breaking point?
Oh, yes. Let me just where is that again?
It's right
No
underneath
problem.
your conditions.
Oh, okay. Oh no, lost my spot. Dang it. Okay, here we go. Clicked it. Should I do dramatic voice?
Oh yeah, sure.
Definitely
Let's
do
end on
dramatic
dramatic
voice.
voice. Yeah.
This role could never truly contain you and the purity of your power. You can never create, never nurture. You can only break and destroy. It's time to remember that. It's time to let go and to let someone else take this burden. Describe how your power overwhelms you completely and the obscene amount of collateral damage you cause. The Keeper will tell you how a part of your power is taken by someone, how it molds and breaks them until they are the perfect vessel, ready to evolve.
Perfect. And I have like 2 weeks to think about who this is.
Nice.
Oh no, I can't wait. All right. So awesome. But yeah,
Very
and I know
cool.
some other people have some level ups too. But yeah, you can take your time thinking about it, don't rush to.
Very
But
cool.
I really like this choice of the Dark Patron. That is super awesome. I love how it's
I
tied
thought it was
into
really
things.
fitting.
Yeah, so good. I'm so
Yeah.
excited.
Lots
Okay.
and lots of good moves.
Awesome.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, I felt like I was possessed when I was writing them. So, but thank you so much, everybody. That was super cool, super awesome. I can't wait for the finale. Will there be more kissing? There's definitely going to be punching. Let's be honest. It's going to be a lot of punching. But yeah.
Punching. I think Civ might have words with their maker.
Yeah.
Those words might involve punches. I don't know. It's up to you, Jen.
Psychic punches.
Psychic
Yeah.
punches. Ember's happy
Awesome.
to deliver material punches. Anywho, this was fantastic. So wonderful playing with all of you. Yeah, I loved Ember's like over the top melodrama and intensity, and compared with Civ's like very like reserved nature and like very introspection, and like the two of them coming together in a very in kiss. It's very sweet. It was fantastic. Yeah, I'm Sean. I use he him pronouns. You can find me everywhere at Sean Nittner. I didn't say this in the intro, but I will just say it real quickly right now. If you sub or cheer or do anything that sends money our way, we're forwarding that to Black Lives Matter and the Trans Legal Defense Fund. So we really appreciate any effort folks can do, anything folks can send our way, because we're forwarding it on. And yeah, I'm very excited to play more of this. So yeah, yay, more of this game. How about you, Jen?
I'm Jen Martin. I use she, her pronouns. You can find me on Twitter at 10penjen. Yeah, this is super rad, and I'm looking very much forward to, um, seeing all of this dramatic crescendo of all of our disaster children. Yeah, and I think I actually really loved Ember doing the. I'm cheating a little and doing a star. I loved Ember's therapy session because she was trying to do melodrama, and then she was like, "But actually, maybe let's talk about this a little bit." And so we got to see non-melodramatic Ember, which was
Yeah.
amazing. So, yeah. What about you, Morgan?
Just very excited about the melodrama. Love it. Hey, I'm Morgan. My pronouns are they, them, and she, her. You can find me on all the socials at Serena Bezos. Um, you can find me here playing this game for the next time. You can find me on Utopia TV playing Kahania, which is a quest game. You can find me on Lord Neptune's playing Chimera every other Friday. So not this Friday, but next Friday. You can listen to my podcast. Oh my god, what are my podcast names? On the Roleplay Network, Powered by the Players, and the Red Death. I'm guesting on other podcasts as well. You can just follow me. It's easier that way. Just be my friend. Okay, thanks. Jamie, take us home.
Yeah. So I'm Jamie. I use they them pronouns. I created the game that encourages all of this power play and emotional play. I've been very excited about that. He kisses today. That's my secret star. I just love that kissing moment and the mechanical implications of it. But yeah, and so you can find me on Twitter at Temporal Hiccup. I'm taking a bit of a break from Twitter for health stuff, but you can hear me on the Gauntlet podcast. I talk about games that we get to play in the Gauntlet. So we just released a new episode recently where I got to babble about belonging outside belonging games and stuff. And yeah, so you can find me on that podcast, the Gauntlet. And aside from that, I will come back to Twitter soon. Probably after the world stops ending for a moment, I'll probably come back. At that point, we'll see how it goes.
Sounds smart. Well, thanks, Jamie, for running this amazing game. It was so much fun, and I love putting all these pieces together. And I can't wait for next time. And thanks everyone for hanging out with us. We'll see you again soon.
See ya.
Bye.